I call this Eufy camera probably my favorite home security camera of all time, and it has pretty much ultimate coverage of your home. Now, this is the Eufy PoE Cam S4 Bullet PTZ. It has a top 4K fixed lens and a dual 2K bottom lens, and this is part of their NVR PoE system. So this is a wired camera, and you do need their NVR system to plug it into. So if you don't have that, this is pretty much useless to you. If you have it, this is a great add-on camera apart from their bullet ones and some of their fixed ones that they offer as well. So guys, if you want to check this out, I do have the link down below, and also subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. So what's really cool about this is that bottom camera is a tracking camera that's going to follow whoever around your property, animals, whatever, where the top one is a really wide angle fixed lens. So inside the box right away, you're going to have the main unit here. So here's that top camera. Here's that top camera. And what's cool about it is this fixed lens is also rotatable. So we can actually vertically move it up and down for coverage. And then this bottom lens can track if something comes in view of the top lens or the bottom lens. So where the fixed lens can be set over here, the tracking one can be set to the side, and this helps to basically cover the most amount of area possible. One thing I really love as well is how the bracket, the mount itself, is also rotatable. So once you have this mounted, which I'll show you a little bit later, you can also rotate the actual camera, which is pretty cool. Now this just hooks onto a mount with 2 screws right here. They are screws that are basically connected to the mount, which is useful, so you don't have to worry about losing them. And then here is your PoE plug-in cable or the separate power one, depending on what you have. As for accessories, you get your nice long, I believe it's around 50 meters of Ethernet. So this is both going to add a network connection and a power connection. And then they do give you the mount and the screw attachments. So that's pretty much everything you get in the box. After that, we pretty much just have to go hook this thing up and see what it looks like. So let's go set it up and see how it looks. Now we just plug in our PoE line.
Setup was successful.
And you can see I have my PoE line that runs all the way there, all the way up there. There's my other one right there. And they run directly through here into my house, into my basement, where all my cameras are connected to the Eufy NVR. So I just wanted to give you a little bit more of a look at my Eufy NVR setup here. So here's where all my wires are running from. And then all 4 of my cameras are plugged into the back here. This was the older camera. I'm going to unplug that. And then the main internet line runs right here. Now I'll show you what it looks like on the main screen. So here's my main screen that has all my Eufy NVR cameras. Of course, I can also activate them on my phone. They do give you a mouse as well with the system. Here's the mouse. So now when we go into this menu, we can see all our cameras here. I can add our current Eufy one, and that's this one right at the bottom here. And now it shows all 4. Now, in settings, you actually have to play around to change up the different angles, and that's what I'm going to show you here in a second. But you can see I have maximum coverage. I have a full video on the Eufy NVR system, so I'm not going to show you guys too much, but this is 24/7 recording at its best. And this also includes AI search, so I can actually search keywords if I wanted to type in like cat, for instance, and it will find all the clips that have a cat in it. You can also look up specific people, shirt colors, stuff like that, and it's going to show you pretty much all the clips. There's a clip of a cat walking on my fence, and that's the Eufy camera using the 8x zoom. This camera has 8x zoom. Look at that quality. My gosh. Okay, let's get back and talk about the app. So inside the Eufy NVR app, we can now see our new camera. And of course, you can name these as well. And there's a lot of cool features we can set up and do directly through the app. Now, one thing is you can actually tap on the screen and move this, and it's going to move the trackable lens as you want. So right now, our trackable lens and our fixed lens are both in the same position. Now we are going to change this so our trackable lens is at a different spot, covering a different blind spot. But look at how easy that is to adjust the angle just moving around the screen. And it is so responsive. And the trackable camera can actually pretty much look all the way down too. So if you're worried about somebody coming against your house, it does cover that as well. Now this has all the usual Eufy features, including talk. You have two-way talk built in. There's night vision, there's IR night vision, there's pretty much everything you can look for. But the feature I wanted to show you is these preset positions. So what you can do is you can set the trackable lens so it's at a different spot from your fixed lens. So we're going to move it up here. And I like to have my trackable lens facing a little bit more against my house this way. We press set. And this will set it as the default position. And you can actually set 4 different positions for your trackable lens. And they actually have something called Sentry mode, where your trackable lens will actually move between these 4 preset positions, kind of like a guard watchtower, which is pretty cool. It reminds me of like old school Zelda games. But I like that feature a lot. So now that we have our preset position, check this out. We go back to our main camera here. And our camera will always go back to this preset position. So even if we move it, even if it tracks someone, it's always going to go back to that. Now there's a ton of other settings we can go through here, but I think I pretty much covered the main ones. Now obviously with the Eufy NVR, you can also search directly through the app, same thing that we can do through the system. So it's going to use that built-in AI to look for different clips. And that's going to give us a little bit more insight on what's going on. But this is by far my favorite camera. No blind spots, 24/7 recording, tons of features. It's the best camera Eufy's created. And if you have the NVR system, you can have up to 8 connected to it. It's a crazy security system. It's like professional level security at home. You can't go wrong. Thanks for watching, guys.